Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Waharakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Peace, salutation, blessings, and mercy to the Lord's elect. So I open this lesson, giving all praises to the Most High, whose true name is Yahweh, meaning He is, He exists, He to be. All right, Bahashem is in the name of Yahawashai. Yahawashai is the true name of who this world calls Jesus Christ. And Yahawashai means He delivered or He's Savior. All right. And He's only a Savior to the Israelites, but in particular the elect of the nation of Israel, which the true Israelites are us so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. The rest of the nations are the heathen, and the self-proclaimed white man is Esau, Edom. All right. That's his true nationality, and he's the devil, which means deceiver. He's Satan's physical counterpart in this earth. All right. And he's the wicked, pursuing the Malachi 1 and 4. Esau is the borders of wickedness. And Job 9 and 24 tells us the earth has been given into his hands. All right. So that's why it's all of this corruption and madness going on in this earth right now. All right. The earth is destroyed because the wicked is ruling. All right. But he's only been given a short period of time to rule, and we're at the last end of it. All right. And that's what Yahushua is coming to do, to take all these nations, out of their seats and to exalt his people, starting with the elect, and to establish the kingdom of heaven on this planet. All right. So that's the gospel. That's the true good news for us Israelites. All right. But bad news for the heathen. So I'm going to start here in 2nd Ezra 6. Then answered I and said, which shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? All right. So this is a question that the prophet Ezra proposed to the angel Uriel. When is going to be the end of the heathen ruling, the end of wickedness, and the beginning of eternal righteousness with our people at the top. All right. Apostle Rhymelob, and one of the elders just did a beautiful, powerful, exhorting video on this topic, right? The transfer of power. Okay, this is what we're coming into. Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. All right, now we all know about this. This is one of the first things you learn when you come into the truth, the story of Jacob and Esau. All right, the whole world revolves around this story. All right, Jacob and Esau were fraternal, not identical, but fraternal twins inside of Rebekah's womb. All right, and the Most High told Isaac and Rebekah that those were two different nations inside of that womb. All right, how is that possible? Because anything is possible with the Most High. All right, and Jacob is the forefather of us Israelites. Esau is the forefather of you so-called white people. All right, so verse 9, in Jacob's hand, held Esau's heel. Esau came out first. All right, but that was a representation of this man being pulled out of power by the ultimate Jacob, which is Yahushai. All right. And that's what Jacob's name means in the Hebrew, Yaquad, meaning surplant. Okay. So now here's the point in verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So this is the transfer of power that's getting ready to take place. All right. We're living in the last days where the so-called white man Esau is ruling. All right. He represents the end of the world, the end of the world, meaning the end of this age. Right. The end of this rulership, the end of this dynasty. OK, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's going to be an everlasting. All right. An everlasting rulership under Yahushai. OK. So now let's get I got Lamentations 4 here, and we'll read verses 21 and 22, and we'll also read it in the NLT, the modern translation. So it reads, rejoice. Let me see, do I need to start above this? No, I can start at this point. In verse 21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. All right, Uz was an ancient land, amongst Edom. It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. All right, and what is that cup? That cup represents the slavery, all right, that us Israelites had to go through or still going through. All right, it's getting ready to pass to Edom, and it's going to be a lot worse. All right, when you read through the book of Lamentations, in particular this 4th chapter here, you read about all the horrible things that happened to our people during, the ancient Babylonians besieging Jerusalem, right? And us going into that ancient captivity. All right, well, what's getting ready to happen to these Edomites and other heathen nations is going to be far more worse. In the NLT, in verse 21, it says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? And that's what these Edomites are doing and should be doing right now while they're in power. It says, but you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. All right. So let's grab a precept real fast in Obadiah. And this is Obadiah verse 15. It says, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi is near upon all the heathen. All right. So mainly you Edomites, but not only you Edomites, all you heathen nations, because all of you heathen nations have taken part in the downfall and captivity of the Israelites. All of you heathen nations have had a part in what they call the transatlantic slave trade, which it really was a worldwide slave trade. All right. So the day of the Lord is near upon all you. It says, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, putting us in captivity and receiving the benefits of us being in captivity and not knowing who we are. It says, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. All right, so you heathen are going into captivity, slavery. All right, what's the precept to that? Let's get Isaiah 14. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Because due to these captivities, we've been scattered all over the earth. But we're going to go back to our rightful land, which the heathen, the Edomites, live in our land right now, claiming to be us. It says, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Who are the strangers? The Israelite foreigners. All right, that are scattered amongst these other nations. Even some of them look like the other nations due to our forefathers laying down with the heathen women. All right. It says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, right? Slaves. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right. So this is what comes with that transfer of power that's coming to this earth. So going back to Lamentations 4 in verse 22, in the King James on the left, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. All right. And what does that mean? That means that, our punishment is fulfilled. All right. We're in the last captivity and we're at the last end of it. It says he will no more carry thee away into captivity. Nah, this is it. All right. It says he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. You see, and that's what's going down right now. This devil has been exposed. All right. 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter, goes into how this man of sin will be revealed. All right. That great wicked revealed. That's Esau, Edom, you so-called white people. All right. And then in Revelation 18, when it goes into Babylon the Great, which is America, the stub hub of Esau, Edom, it goes into how the sins have reached unto heaven, right? Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, tells us wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. All right, so this devil has been exposed and revealed, and now all that's left is like it says in 2 Thessalonians 2, the Lord is going to destroy these devils with the brightness of his coming. All right, when Yahushua returns with those angels with power and great glory. Okay, so let's read this verse in the NLT. It says, "O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from your exile." Yeah, we've been exiled from our land. That's a part of our punishment. "But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed." All right, and we are in that time. All right, so this is a very, rejoiceful time. Like it mentions in the scriptures, one of the top things that makes a man merry is seeing the downfall of his enemy. And that's what we're witnessing. All right, so I'm going to end this lesson off giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Waharakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the Lord's elect. Shalom.